Hello everybody, welcome back to our little tarot corner. I'm Allie from Tarot, and I have for you today a very exciting unboxing of this new version of the Serpent and the Peacock Tarot. This is the 3 Moons edition. Now, if you're unfamiliar with the Serpent and the Peacock Tarot, it is a medieval inspired deck with, I believe, at least partially curated art that has been kind of collaged and just put together in a really delicious and fun way. I have the 2nd edition, which is the most recent that has been put out, and it is the art version. It is a borderless version of the 1st edition, which initially came out with white borders. I don't have the 1st edition, but I love my 2nd edition, and the creators from Serpent and the Peacock Tarot, the creators at Libra Moon Inc., offered in a Facebook group to allow some of us who wanted to post about the deck and maybe make a video showing it to put some walkthroughs out there for their Kickstarter campaign, which is now live. So there will be a link in my description box below. I just thought that that was a really great idea, and I love my Serpent and the Peacock Tarot, so I was all over it. So I thought we would take a look at this together. I'd go ahead and unwrap the big box, but I have not opened the cards inside or anything like that. So let's take a look at the box. It's very, very nice. Ignore the oil spots from my hands. Yes, I am human, forgive me. But yeah, very sturdy, very nice box, just like the previous edition. You know, it's got good texture and some red detail there on the ends. Obviously, we saw the name on the spine for storing on the shelf, which is really beautiful. Some card images down below, and then the title on the inside. Now, this box is a magnetic flip, and it opens just like that. This is so beautiful. I love all the planets there, and the sun and the moon. That is their symbol. And then we have our beautiful guidebook, which, if it's anything like the 2nd edition, yeah, it is a good, nice, chunky sized guidebook. Let's see. So you open it, and there's a little table of contents. So you have the wands, pentacles, swords, cups, major arcana, and then some notes. It looks like each card gets a full page on its own of information. And then I love that the images are in color too. That's fantastic. And then a little bit about the deck in the back. So, and then the back of the guidebook also has this art. So beautiful. And then the red spine. I love that. So let's go ahead and take a look at the cards. Now, I know that the thing about this version is that there are keywords on the bottom of the cards. So that is why the box says Learn from the Cards, 3 Moons Edition. And I am very excited to see what this deck looks like. Now, on the bottom of the box, we do see the little phrase here: we live by the sun, feel by the moon, learn from the cards by the light of the Libra moon. And this encasing is very, very sturdy. It is glued into the box, and it's velvet on top. And you've got a lovely silk ribbon here to keep the cards in. Just overall, packaging is phenomenal. We have the cards. Again, here are the beautiful backs. And oh my goodness, very sparkly gilding. How exciting. Now, these are plastic wrapped, so I will go ahead and just open these off of camera so as to not put sharp things in a video. Very easy to open. I say that as I struggle. Almost there. Okay. So, what I am very excited for about this particular deck is that it is on linen cardstock. So you can kind of see the detail there. You can see the linen texture on it. That's very exciting to me. It's pretty shiny, pretty glossy, but that doesn't bother me. Gosh, just look at that gilding. That's so exciting. Okay. So I will just go ahead and kind of flip through the cards here. Let me go ahead and zoom in quite a bit. Move this out of the way. Okay, let's just kind of flip through here. So we have the Ace of Wands, and again, you see the art is borderless, and you've got keywords. So this is new beginnings, travel, adventure, quests, the start of a new creative project or endeavor, a new professional goal or venture, inspiration, saying yes, and establishing new business. Really great keywords. This will be a wonderful tool for people just getting to learn the tarot, which I think is great. I love this cat and the Two of Wands. Now, if it's anything like the second edition, I know that we will have a couple of cards that we can choose between. And also the second edition is a little bit bigger than standard size, whereas this is definitely normal tarot size. So that's really nice. And just look at these colors. Aren't they fantastic? Ooh, hello. Get back here. Okay, so a little slippy, but I don't mind that. That means it's going to riffle like a dream, and I am a riffler shuffler. Riffle shuffler. Man, look how cute. Oh, I missed the 8. There's the 8. Yeah, these are beautiful cards. I love that the collage work on this deck is so seamless. Like, you can tell obviously that the wands they definitely weren't there in the original artwork, but it just fits. It looks perfect. So we have our Page of Wands, our Knight. I'm very impatient and I can't wait to shuffle. I just really want to see how it shuffles. We have our Queen of Wands. Ooh, I really like this keyword on the Queen of Wands, being able to trust your own judgment, knowing how to delegate and what is required to see something through. That's a great way to see the Queen of Wands. And as you all know, that is one of my favorite cards in the deck. Then we have our King. I've always loved this creature too. All right. Then we have our Pentacles suit. The pentacles in this suit kind of remind me of the coins from the Vertigo Tarot. I love the beautiful detail on them and how they look like actual coins. I think that's a really, really great detail. See, I'm grabbing multiple cards and I'm not meaning to. 3, 4. I love this little, like, devil-like creature. 5. Also this cat. There are a couple of weird cats in this deck, and it's my favorite. A 6. 7. Also another one of my favorite pieces of art. Like, look at this guy. It's so great. This deck really is a bunch of fun to read. It's great for a laugh. It's great for the art history that's in it. I mean, the artwork really is beautiful. Whether or not it's like, you know, kind of partially silly, it's great and so much fun. We're a little Page, our Knight, Queen, and King. Right, then we get into our sword suit. So we have the Ace, the 2, the 3, 4 here, 5. I'm so excited. This is so fun. Ooh, again. Okay. Something hidden that needs to be revealed. Dig a little deeper. Not everything is what it seems. Not everything is obvious. I love these keywords. They really give you a way to think about the card. There's definitely new information to gain in this deck. But it also feels like the keywords aren't intrusive. They're not, you know, they're not in the way. They don't prevent you from seeing the art and, you know, it just feels like part of the card. You know, I feel like you could definitely tap into the keywords, but you also don't have to. Like, they just fit in so seamlessly on the bottom here, and I think that's great. I really appreciate when decks can do that when they've got keywords. When they're there if you need them, but, you know. Look at this Queen of Swords. She is fabulous. And our King. Oh, come back here. Ace of Cups. I love this Ace of Cups too. 2, Oh. Okay. So in between the Three of Cups and the Four, we have a Fool card and a Magician card. I'm going to set these aside because if they're anything like the second edition, again, there will be a couple of different choices for these cards. So I love the look of this plant in the Four of Cups. I don't know if that is intended to look like a pearl, but it looks like a giant pearl for some reason to me, and I love that. 5, 6 of Cups. 7, 8, 9. I love that it's a sun for the face in this Nine of Cups. And the 10. And the Page. And our Knight. Can't tell. I don't think I've ever noticed, but yeah. So the bird in this Knight of Cups, it's like a skeleton bird. You can see bones, I think. I love that. I've never noticed that detail before. I love how this Queen of Cups is like, I know something you don't. The majors were a little bit scattered, I guess, but those were all the 4 suits, and now we get into the majors. So in the second edition, the art version, there were multiple Fool cards, but in this deck there is just the one Fool, which I don't mind. I think he's a cutie little Fool. And this was actually my favorite Magician as well. I love the look of the flowers and how he's offering it to this like flame-throwing crocodile. This beautiful Empress. Oh, oops. I definitely did that in the wrong order there, but we have our High Priestess. Our Emperor. Man, I kept these out of order. I'm so sorry. And we have our Hierophant. I think they're in order now. And our Lovers. I think this was another one of them maybe that had a different, a couple different choices in the original, or in the second version, but these are all so great. Look at this Strength card. Our little Hermit. Ooh. Our Wheel. Justice. Our little Hanged Man. This face reminds me of for some reason, the character on Mad Magazine back in the day. Don't ask me why. I don't know, because I know that it's obviously not similar, but for some reason. I love that we have the skeleton riding like a Chinese dragon in our death card, and then we have the homage to the Rider-Waite-Smith death flag here. Then we have Temperance. The Devil card. This was another one that there were multiples of, and funny enough, this is the one that I chose to keep in mind as well. See? I love that. And we have our Tower. I love this representation of the Tower because I love that we've got the Hellmouth down below. And that's kind of in the Thoth Tarot and in the Tabula Mundi Tarot, they make big references to the Hellmouth in the Tower card. So I really enjoy that's in this deck as well. We have our Star. Now I did notice that the reason why this is called also the Three Moons edition is because there are 3 moons to choose from. So, as opposed to having multiples of other cards, in this deck you have 3 different moons to choose from. And they seem to all have the same keywords. So it's really just whichever imagery kind of grabs at you, whether it's this cloaked figure here in the middle, or if this kind of face up here in this sun in front of the clouds. It's the moon, but for some reason it kind of reminds me of the sun because it's brightness. Then again, you know. And then over here on this one we have the shooting star above. So let's take a quick peek at the guidebook to see if if there are multiple entries for the moon card. And we can see if they say different things. Okay. So it looks as though there is one page on this moon, and then the other two images are pictured in the guidebook. So it does look like they're keeping with pretty much one entry for the moon overall, but it really is whichever artwork is speaking to you. So that's really, really neat. I love that you get choice. I love whenever decks give you the option of customizing it the way you want. Myself, personally, I feel like I just really like the colors in the sky of on this version of the moon. But I will keep these other two close by for sure. Let's see, and then we have the sun, judgment, and the world. Look at this peacock. And we have all the symbols here around it. We have the scorpion, we have the ram, the bull, the scales. So, so beautiful. I am very, very excited for this deck. I am so, so grateful to have had the opportunity to get it a little early, to be able to show all of you wonderful people. And let's now zoom back out a little bit and let's take a shuffle because I am dying. Okay, yeah, it shuffles very nicely. Very, very comfortably, as linen does. Oop. We have the Three of Pentacles. Okay. Let's do a little mini reading with the deck here, shall we? We shall. Then we can kind of dive into the guidebook. Well, first, okay. Then we have the Page of Cups. Ooh, okay. And then we have the Two of Swords. Very nice. So, I want to do a quick riffle here, just because I need to. Oh yeah. Magic. Okay, so I will note too that this gilding is, it's not a flaky type at all. It is nice and sealed, so the color is not going to, you know, spread or the glitter will not get all over your fingers. That's just very aesthetically pleasing. From the backs to the gilding, just so nice. Okay. You can't tell I'm excited at all. So let's take a look at the guidebook for these three cards. So first I'll give my interpretations though. So here it almost seems as though it's kind of time to make some decisions. And this may be either regarding work or it may just be decisions regarding the company that you keep, right? The Three of Pentacles, you know, even on the card here, the last couple keywords, let me zoom back in here. The last couple keywords here are teamwork and collaboration, but it's also earning praise or material rewards for your efforts or group efforts, receiving pay or money for work done. So I definitely read with a heavy emphasis on that collaboration when I look at the Three of Pentacles. And then we have the Page of Cups, which is our little dreamer, our little, you know, up in the clouds kind of leading with their hearts type of energy. And it talks about the birth of new feelings, the promise of or stirrings of romance, the taking shape of a new desire, new suitor or admirer, intuitive messages, curiosity, or happy news. And then with our Two of Swords, the keywords, as I said, you know, Two of Swords, to me, I lean into the kind of indecision aspect, kind of being frozen between a couple choices. And it does talk here about crossroads, indecision, too many choices, being of two minds, indecision. So it seems as though we're kind of being called to listen to our heart when it comes to deciding the things that we allow around or into our lives, right? So let's kind of see what the guidebook talks about with the Three of Pentacles. Let's look at that one specifically just to see what we get here. So it says the threes in all suits represents the alchemy of bringing two things together to make something new, and thus this can represent the pooling of resources in order to purchase or achieve what you can't do alone. It could be that the two factions are coming together, or the money that you've saved and the preparations you've made, suggesting it's time to marry the two. This card represents money, rewards, or material recognition by compensation in return for something earned. By making, creating, or performing a service, you will be compensated financially or in other ways. This also suggests that you have the skills, talents, creativity, or experience to put your time into something that you can be compensated for. Money can come your way, but only because you've earned or you deserve it. And then we also get a little tidbit about reversed Three of Pentacles. So reversed or with challenging cards around the Three of Pentacles. I like that they brought that in too. But that can suggest that the between what you create and the financial or material rewards is blocked. You are not getting what you deserve, or you are not putting in the effort. This is a card that represents the coming together of what you can invest and what you can earn as a result. And reversed, one of those factors is blocked and needs to be addressed. So I love that we get the full kind of glance into what this card can mean, whether, upright or reversed. I like that they include that, or with the challenging cards around it. It's not always necessarily a card being physically upside down, right? It's about, what may be around it. What's to say that I hadn't pulled the Page of Cups first, and that kind of led me into a whole different reading. So, yeah. Oh, man. Guys, this is a beautiful deck. Again, I'll kind of give you a look at some more of these cards. This is just a great deck. Such a great deck. It's so much fun to read with, and it really it's very inspiring to me. It's a deck that I like to use when I'm kind of stuck in my head and I need to get out of my own way and kind of simplify things, even though the artwork is not necessarily simple by any means, but it just kind of does that, So, man, what a treat. Thank you again so much to the creators at Libra Moon for being willing to share this deck with us. And thank you so much for giving us the opportunity to see it early. As I said, I will have a link in the description box below where you can purchase it. Thank you so much again for looking at this with me. I hope you are all doing well, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your week. And until next time, bye!